Motor Week is made possible by Tire Rack.
It can be best described as a high-powered trip into the world of executive playthings. We're talking about the turbocharged Volvo, a car for those who love to drive but maybe don't care to advertise their desires. It comes with a price tag of $13,970, a weight of 3,000 pounds, and a length of over 16 feet. Certainly neither small nor cheap. Up to now, Volvo has had a solid but stodgy reputation. But is it possible Volvo is making a car that's fun to drive? Well, why don't we just find out?
You've probably never heard of a fast Volvo. Well, we hadn't either until this, the Volvo GLT Turbo. That means turbocharged, and it makes the normally brick-like Volvo move more like a sprinter. From the outside, there are only subtle clues to its new speed: blacked-out chrome, a small air dam at the front, special cast wheels, and very expensive Pirelli P6 tires. On the inside, it's almost all understated Volvo. From the driver's seat, the view is almost totally unobstructed. And an unusual touch is the electrically operated outside mirrors. We discovered them when a clipboard between the seats jammed their motors into operation. Our car also came equipped with a 4-speed manual gearbox that has an electric overdrive for better highway mileage. The seats are big and firm with adjustable backrest, bottom cushion height, and even lower back lumbar support, important for long journeys. The dashboard is mostly black plastic with only the numbers on the dial standing out. There's a full complement of gauges, but a special turbo boost pressure gauge is the only item that tells you that this Volvo is not ordinary. All controls were easily accessible, although placement and operation of some, especially the heating and air conditioning switches, will take some getting used to. And the radio is also buried at the bottom of the dash behind the gear shift. From a standing start, the Volvo is quick. It's hard to resist the temptation to squeal the tires as the turbo comes into play. But here comes the first disappointment. As you move your way up the gears, the turbo only makes the acceleration seem adequate. Third and fourth gear just didn't seem to suit the rest of the system. But as one driver put it, without the turbo, you might think you were moving backwards. And then that's what the turbo is really for. It's there to make the 2.1-liter fuel injection engine feel much more like it's got a big heart. And the GLT does, as our test team soon found out. True to my first impressions, the best that the GLT Turbo would do in our passing acceleration test was a flat 5 seconds. A lot of much less impressive cars can make the 40 to 55 sprint in that time. Disappointment number 2. The Volvo feels big and solid and yearns to be tossed around. But just try it and you might be in for a surprise. Entering our slalom course at 35, most of the drivers had to ease off to keep the long and heavy rear end from coming unglued from the pavement. Water on our test track may have affected the holding power of the Pirelli tires. They seem more attuned to dry pavement. What we found was that perhaps this car wants to be much more of a sports car than it was ever designed for. But then, it is a Volvo. The turning diameter came to about 36 feet. That's about average for this size of car. Panic stops from 30 yielded a stopping distance of 40 feet. That was an average figure, and there was no fade. From 55, the stopping power of the large brakes and expensive tires paid off for an average of 120 feet. That's a very safe showing for such a heavy car. Only as the test progressed did we notice any slight fade and some tendency to pull to one side. But control was always maintained. When you open the hood, you see the heart of the engine clearly marked turbo. Actually, the turbocharger itself is located on the lower right of the engine at the exhaust manifold. The long hose directs the supercharged airflow into the engine, increasing power and thus acceleration. One caution: turbochargers are expensive devices and they can be expected to be costly to maintain. Otherwise, the engine compartment is clear, with most items easy to get to. With a big square car like this, our standard set of luggage almost went out of sight. You can also stand grocery bags upright when supermarket shopping. The spare tire is mounted inside the left rear fender in the trunk. Very much out of the way, but very easy to get to. It was easy to remove despite the high rear sill of the trunk, and the jack is first rate, but it does take some stamina to crank up. The tire change by a first-timer came to a very quick 10 minutes. On balance, the Volvo is a strong, heavy car that really needs the turbocharger to improve performance. It doesn't handle as well as we expected, but then we probably got carried away with its low-gear acceleration. The EPA rates this car at 18 mpg city and 28 highway. We managed 18 to 24 in our testing, figures that betray the engine size and weight of the car. The Volvo GLT is not a car for everyone. It's a mixed breed of old-world design and high technology. The turbo may be expensive to keep up, but it can make the car a lot of fun. So if you like understatement with a little flash, and you've got the wallet to enjoy it, then the Volvo GLT Turbo just might carry you away.